Good evening to those who listen. January 10th, 2024, 8:18 p.m. And I just thought this was really interesting, coming from the Steve Fletcher channel. So there's an asteroid named Esther, and it's going to be on the head, or right beside the head, of Virgo tomorrow. So he was saying that it's Esther is crowned, or Virgo is crowned tomorrow. So the interesting part about it is January 11th. Where's it at? Okay. Let me just skip forward a little. All right, so he's saying here, let me pause it, that throughout time, there's eclipses. So these are all the lunar and solar eclipses for, I mean, it only goes back so far, but did I go, see if I can go back a little more. I think, hold on. Come on. No. Okay, so this one just shows a certain part. So let me find the other part. Should be right here. Okay. So now it goes back even farther. I don't think, he went farther back than this, but let me get that off of there. All right, so he's got it from 1949 all the way through the present. Obviously, this list doesn't go all the way, and that's when the other list comes in. But then it also goes out the other way and into the future, all the way to 2098. So he's trying to say, though, that the very midpoint of all these eclipses that have happened throughout history all happened on January 11th, the midpoint. So the midpoint of these. So there's 429 days for this one, and then another 429 days for the future one. Let me find the rest of it. Let me just go through the whole thing, because there's one list, two lists, and three lists. But it is kind of interesting. All right, so this is just showing, see, that was 2003 to 2015. But it's weird because, now here's the thing, because it's every time another eclipse happens, the days are shortened. The days are shortened. It's funny that I said that. The days are shortened, unless those days are shortened. No flesh would be saved. So every time that there's another eclipse, the days in between for the eclipse that's going to happen in the future is less. Less and less and less and less. Is it going? Okay. Stop. All right, so we got all these, 27,000 days in between from 1949 to 2098. Now it goes all the way down. Let me get the more current one. All right, here we go. So 2017 all the way to 2023. Now, if his box wasn't in the way, there'd be 89 days over here until the next eclipse, which is April 8th, 2024. And then the next eclipse after that in the future would be 266 days apart from this eclipse. So he's trying to say that all the eclipses match, and the midpoint between the days between them is always January 11th. I don't know what exactly this means, but there's a couple things are coming to mind. First off, why, to me, I remember saying, wow, there seems to be more eclipses nowadays than there used to be. And obviously it's true. So, there's less days in between each eclipse. Does that mean that the sun is getting closer to us? The moon is rotating around the Earth faster. What does it mean? Are we out of orbit? What's going on? Why are all the days, why is there so many more eclipses, I guess, as we get down to this. And then, so this last eclipse, there's 89 days, boom, and then another 89 days for the next eclipse in 2024 in April 8th. But then after that, then the eclipses start getting farther apart again, taking longer and more days in between. But still, every single date, the midpoint date, is always January 11th. I think that is very odd. So let me know what you guys think of this. This is Steve Fletcher 222, and that's the name of his video. If I remember, I'll try to put the link to this video in the description box. But it's very interesting, to say the least. All right, so here's another one really fast. But again, it don't show. Okay, here we go. Up here. So there we go. So 89 days from October 14th. The surprise one, remember? Nobody knew about this eclipse until all of a sudden the last minute, within the last few months. And then, so 89 days from that point, and then another 89 days, and then we got April 8th, 2024. But again, the midpoint between these two is January 11th. And then suddenly the next eclipse ain't going to happen for another 266 days after that. But then the midpoint of that, and the one that happened in 2023, is again January 11th. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think there's some kind of significance? Obviously, it's God's perfect time plan for these eclipses. But, remember, it says in here, too, that, there'll be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, but also for signs. And we know we're seeing signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. Is this the last eclipse before either the tribulation starts, the midpoint of the tribulation? I don't know. What could this be, like a time marker of some sorts? Because I really do believe the next eclipse is a big sign, at least for the United States, because of the X that it makes. And then we also got the Devil Comet, Pansbrook, is going to be right next to the sun as the eclipse happens. Isn't that weird? And then we also got the red heifers that are ready, and the Passover is in April. So I do believe that signs for something. I don't know exactly. I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but I think it could be a sign of something. Maybe it's the start of the tribulation, the revealing of the antichrist. Just throwing stuff out there. I don't know exactly, but I do believe it is a sign. And, it's weird. I also thought about something else, too. Maybe Planet X is getting closer to Earth, so maybe it is doing the eclipsing of the sun, and not necessarily the moon. Or at least some of these. I don't know. Just throwing that out there, too. But what if, though, this is the close approach from Planet X, right? So, right in the middle, which would be now, which would be January 11th, would be the start of maybe where the closest point of where Planet X was to us. I don't know. Or maybe it passes and we get a lot of weird weather. I would think, though, there would be more catastrophic things going on if Planet X was passing by. But it seems like this is where the eclipse happens, where it gets the least amount of days in between the eclipses happens now. And then after each eclipse after now is going to take longer time periods. Wow, that's crazy stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe we can all kind of throw our opinions and thoughts out there, get a little mind meld going, and see if we can figure something out from this. Dear Lord Jesus, we ask for truth and clarity and discernment from whatever this might be. Is this a sign of your coming? Is this a sign of a certain date that we're supposed to know about? Please let us know. We love you. Thank you for everything you're doing in our lives. Please keep us strong and let us always stand for you in the end. We know you're coming soon. Please come quickly. In your precious name. All right, guys. I love you guys. Let me know what you think about this. God bless.